Hi, guys, and welcome back to another episode of Humbled with your beautiful host, me, obviously. I have insane stories today. I'm very excited to get into this, but as always, I'm going to share my most humbling story of the week. My humbling moment from this past week had to be workout related. I feel like whenever I go to workout class, I'm not feeling super confident. I'm down to play. Okay, I'm down to try to work out. But there's always gonna be someone in the class that's better than you and that's really experienced. But I'm fine with that. Okay. I'm okay with that. I'm down to make modifications. I take a new workout class. I go to SLT, if you know what that is. It's like a mega reformer Pilates class. It is so difficult. It feels solid core adjacent. I was sweating. This is also my first time on a mega reformer, so I don't really know the movements. I don't know what's going on. And people around me are so good. They have 100 class socks all around. Everyone is like a trainer and their friends, and it was crazy. The woman next to me was pregnant. She was a pregnant woman. And I actually had different, if not more, modifications than the pregnant woman next to me. That is so humbling. That's such an embarrassing experience because she's pregnant, okay? She has a child inside of her. She's about to pop open and her water's about to break doing a lunge, and I couldn't do that. I literally had to be like, oh, teacher, take a spring off. And this woman has all springs on and an umbilical cord. It was just so, it was really humbling and really grounding, and I have not been back to that studio since. And not shaming anyone that is doing a modification in the class because I'm always doing that, but when you're up against someone that literally is handicapped because of her body, because she's having a baby, and then you need more assistance. I definitely walked a little slower on my way home that day. So thank you. If you're someone next to me in a workout class,
don't look at me, okay?
If they say put on the lower springs, don't see what I'm doing because I'm definitely doing that. That was my humbling experience of the week, but let's hear you guys. We have 3 amazing stories that were sent in. Thank you for submitting. If you did not get to work, go to my link tree and you can submit it at one of the first links in my link tree, and it says, tell Daniela what happened. Tell mommy what happened. I would love to judge you and read your story aloud. So without further ado, story number 1 is from a guy. He goes, I was out at a bar with friends and somehow got insanely drunk.
Suspiciously drunk.
The group I was with wasn't the responsible type. I'd be the responsible one out of us, but I was inebriated. My friends ordered an Uber and I was dropped outside of my friend's house, which is not close enough to my house to walk. I start walking and notice a car in a driveway with lights on, so my drunk self thinks it's my Uber. I get in the Uber and fall asleep. My ex had my location at the time and had my friends looking for me, but I was in this dude's car the whole time. I wake up in the middle of Manhattan with cops questioning me. The guy was starting his car, getting ready for work, and didn't notice a 6'1" dude that crawled in the back of his car until he got to Manhattan, which was an hour drive. I was put in the back of a cop car and the guy wanted to press charges. He never did, and I had to get an Uber home and then showed up 2 hours late to work the next day. That is crazy. Honestly, if that was a woman driving that car, it would be a different story, okay? That would be so scary. That is so funny, though. Honestly, I feel like it's his fault, the driver's fault, because how did he not notice a 6'1" guy in the back of his car? You just drive off with, Shaq in your back seat and you don't know? Not that it was his fault, but, that's a lesson, okay? He should know that. That's so funny that you thought he was an Uber, too. Because I guess he was an Uber at the end of the day, just like an Uber package, Uber parcel, and it was you.
That's crazy.
Also, what was he going to charge you for? Sleeping, breaking and entering peacefully? He brought you to Manhattan, charge him back, kidnapping. Boom, that's how you get out of it. I did not know that this is where this was going at all. I was thinking that you got so drunk and Snapchatted your ex a dick pic or something. You got so drunk that you just went on a road trip with someone. Honestly, I'd be lying about that. I'd prefer if it was the other one. I'd rather be check out my hole than, woke up under the tappan zee with someone's beetle. That's crazy. This next story is titled The Best and Worst Date Ever. Sounds like a guy submitted this about me. So let's hope not. He goes, I had been given an opportunity with my parents' house cleaner when I moved back home after an ex cheated on me. She was and still is absolutely smoking hot, and I was stunned at her first move. She had prompted me with a text saying, the next time I'm over and your parents aren't here, I want you to throw me all over your bed. Okay, suddenly I'm horny. We had plans to meet at a local beach about 30 minutes out of town. When I got there, she had playfully sent me a text that said, come find me. And that resulted in me having to swim out 80 to 100 feet offshore to meet her on a float. Men will do anything for pussy because, my God, man just did an Iron Man just to touch her IUD. That's crazy. Well, unbeknownst to me, my key ring had somehow fallen out of my Velcro pockets during the swim out to her. As our afternoon of getting day drunk came to a close, I had only then discovered that I was stranded and forced to leave my vehicle there overnight. Sheepishly, I asked her for a ride back into the city as it was getting dark, and she agreed. After she dropped me off at my parents' house, she sent a text to come over, but then quickly followed it up with, I don't know if I want to sleep with you yet. Yeah, girl, play with his head. I was already on my way to her place, though. So I show up, and I was met by her with nothing but booty shorts, a tank top, surrounded by purple LED lights. She's a baddie, and I know it. The sexual tension was thick with 3 C's. Thick. Okay, she's a thickie. We'd hung out for a while and smoked some weed, but eventually she had guided me into her bedroom, and I greened out while we were hooking up, probably about 15 minutes into it.
No!
I blew the entire situation and nearly passed out in her bed. Oh my God. Needless to say, she ended things with me the next day via text while I was en route to a tow truck to reclaim my car. After losing every key to my parents' home, the cabin, their workplace fobs, and my own car, to add insult to injury, I wasn't getting a second chance. Whoa. Bad day to be this guy, huh? The greening out with a crush, it needs to be studied because I feel like I would only green out when I was with someone that I like. Like, I can smoke all day, every day. Bob Marley is jealous, but then once I'm with like a cute guy, I suddenly become like schizophrenic. Like, I'm just like nervous and like I have like a shaky leg. I'm either very shy or I'm suddenly Amish and I'm like, what is a penis? You know, like I have no spit in my mouth. I can't even perform. So honestly, kudos for you for thinking that you could. Though this didn't end in your favor, it is hot that you got to do like nanny, cleaner, and like, you know, house maid and owner, like maid and homeowner, maid kink. Story number 3 is a little spooky, so if you're scared of ghosts, turn the lights on. This girl writes in and she goes, I love a good paranormal type vibe. My best friend, however, does not. I'm that best friend. I had the idea that we should go on vacation this summer to New Orleans. The main reason being that there's an extremely haunted hotel that I wanted to stay at, though I left that part out and told him that I'd handle booking and everything else, and he agreed. We get to the hotel and spend our first night going on a guided tour of the most haunted places in New Orleans. When the tour starts, they immediately mention the hotel we're staying at. My best friend gets so angry at me and turns around and says, you do this all the time. I can't believe you would do this to me. I'm canceling the booking. Unfortunately for him, we couldn't find another place to stay, so he bit the bullet and we stayed at the hotel. I'm scared. The man at the front desk told us a story of a ghost girl who likes to appear in the middle of the night while people are sleeping and brush their hair. Okay, she's a girl's girl. We're pretty freaked out by that news, but go to bed, and in the middle of the night, my best friend decides to pull a prank on me. He woke up in the middle of the night, grabbed my hairbrush, and started brushing my hair while I was asleep. I was out cold, so he started to do it more aggressively. I woke up in a panic and elbowed him in the face and ended up fracturing his nose. This poor guy, okay, not only do you drag him to a haunted hotel and traumatize him, but now you just assaulted him, okay? There is no amount of hotel points that would get me to travel with your ass again, all right? I don't care what it is. Delta, keep them because this bitch is crazy. Though this is really scary, that goes kind of nice. Like brushing your hair, okay. Like, is there another ghost that can wax my pussy? It's kind of cool that she's like doing you a service. Like, I want to wake up and be like glitzing glands and have a spray tan and like a fade on my bikini line. You know, like, I don't know what else can this ghost do? All right, guys, this is the end of our episode for today. Thank you guys for watching Humbled and for submitting. I love reading your submissions. If you haven't yet, what are you waiting for? Wouldn't you love for me to read your story? It'll be fun. As always, you guys can follow me on Instagram and TikTok. And if you don't know me, welcome to the damn page. I'm a stand-up comedian. I'm traveling for the rest of the year. So if you want to see me live, see tickets in my link in my bio. But until then, I will see you guys later. Bye.